Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like the stream might be down. Sam, welcome to Team Fortress TV 2. We're back live. Good. No? Sam? I think we're live. Welcome to Team Fortress TV 2. My name is Mr. SLIN. On the cast with me is Dreamboat, our producer today, Sam. We're bringing you froyotech versus Bird Noises, the Week 5 match here tonight. And we've been talking about this match in the pregame while we wait, Dreamboat, and I think it'll be a pretty exciting one. There's obviously EVL versus Circa going on in the other channel, but this one will be pretty close, actually.
Yeah, AVL and Circa on the other channel, so all of you should go there, go to that Twitch chat and say, this game sucks, you should go watch this match instead, which, in my personal opinion, I think this is going to be the closer match. I think Bird Noises are going to surprise some people here and really bring a good, strong fight to froyotech, proving that, Bird Noises, they're here to stay.
Yeah, Bird Noises, though, have had a rough couple of weeks here in ESEA. They have taken losses against froyotech, EVL, and Circa, but they have a medic here in Cookie Jake, and you gotta get that Cookie Jake support going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's Cookie Jake, more like Cookie Jesus. I think he's coming in here. He's the savior of Bird Noises, and he's going to revitalize this team.
So you're telling me you got Medic Jesus versus like Pipe God 69 Banny Jesus.
Pretty much. It's
a battle of the Jesuses.
Who's got the longer hair? Who can pull this one off?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match. Let's go down the rosters here for froyotech and Bird Noises. For froyotech, it's a classic team. These guys are undefeated. You guys know them. Shade on Medic, Assassin on Demoman, Blaze on Roamer, Patty, Pocket, Banny, and Free State on Scout. And then for Bird Noises, you have Cookie Jake on Medic, Psy Guy, Demo, Rolling on Roamer, Bot Mode on Pocket, Corsa, and Eric on Scout. And Dreamboat, these two rosters both look pretty stacked, actually. Like, if you just didn't have them going head-to-head against each other, they'd be very, very strong teams in their own right.
Absolutely. And looking at Bird Noises, too, some of their guys you probably don't recognize, as well as some of them actually have synergy. And those two players I'm talking about are Rolling and Bot Mode. Rolling was, of course, Wanko earlier this season. Bot Mode was Slowtown. We finally have them going to what people actually know them by. But those two people, they've got some history together, dating all the way back to Pizzagon, and I think that was season 18 of Intermediate. So they've gone a long way together, and it's good to see the two of them reunited here, anchoring this new look at Bird Noises.
Man, why did teams in TF2 have such dumb names? Like, what's Pizzagon? What is Bird Noises? I have no idea what these teams are. Froyotech is not much better anyways.
You could argue that they shouldn't even be Bird Noises anymore, since, like, what was that original roster in Open? It had, like, Kurova, Punisher, I think Train was there. It's completely different.
Kurova, that's crazy. Yeah, I forgot about that guy. I don't think he plays anywhere, does he?
No, he sort of vanished after that season of Open.
Oh my god.
But, no one from that team's here. It's a completely new team, but they're rolling with the name. They're a form of Bird Noises, just not the form.
Yeah, definitely. And they keep their good old-fashioned tag. Froyo kept their tag as well, though. But I kind of miss the 4G tag. But hey, speaking of 4G tag, he's not here either. So, well, anyways, looking at these two teams, froyotech obviously been very strong thus far this season, 8-0, like clearly in first place. So these guys are basically unstoppable. Like, this team looks stronger than the roster that showed up at I-58 earlier this year, and it doesn't look like anyone in North America can touch them.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Muma. I love me some 4-4. But going to Shade and Assassin are two massive upgrades at that demo and medic spot. So this is clearly the best team that they've fielded in a couple seasons, dating back to, the dominant rosters. But that doesn't mean that you can roll Bird Noises out. They've shown me some stuff. I think they can do it. I think they can. It is.
Well, so what you're looking at is like a Bird Noises that doesn't have Nursey anymore. So they're going up against Froyo with an arguably weaker medic and trying to pull off the upset victory, which is going to be tough for them, I think. This is a team that people thought would be looking good for playoffs, and they're probably going to still make playoffs at this rate, but it's just a matter of, like, you're going against froyotech. This roster is, like, super stacked. Like, there's stacked, and then there's froyotech stacked, and that roster is so stacked that, like, Bandy can stream, and it doesn't really matter at all. They know they're going to win all their matches.
But, you're talking, if you want to talk Froyo stacked, I'm missing a couple key things to go with Froyo stacked. I see no Duatna. I see no Lansky. I see no Clockwork.
Right. That's true.
I think
and
they can do it. I believe in bird noises. I'm not gonna lie. I believe. And
I
sometimes that's
believe
the
that
only
bird
thing you
noises
can
can
do.
take some rounds, but I don't know if they can take the whole match. But it's definitely possible. It's just it seems improbable at this rate. And I put my money. I mean, any betting man in his right mind would probably put his money on froyotech at this rate.
Yeah, it is very hard to bet against Banny unless only one team shows up to an iSeries.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
definitely.
which is also a funny fact too, is like the only time that Banny's lost an iSeries, with the exception of the first mix-up one, but recently has been when only one NA team has shown up.
Oh, it's true.
Because he won
But
52 and 55. So I mean, 2 American teams in this match. That bodes well for Banny, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean anything in ESEA bodes well for Banny. He's got the most wins in all of ESEA, so he's definitely a good player. And looking at Bird Noises, who are their good players? Who are their standouts? It'd be like Eric on Scout. It'd be Sly Guy on Demo. Those are 2 of my favorites right there. Course on Scout's been doing pretty well as well in some of his matches. One of the things I heard the weaknesses for Bird Noise is that they don't have the best calling on their team, but maybe adding Cookie Jake into the mix will help out there.
I heard a rumor that a lot of their calling issues actually stemmed from, like, it almost felt like Corsa called half the time and Nursey called half the time, and they sort of counter call each other. So I heard a rumor that was sort of their synergy issues. I'm hoping Cookie Jake's fixed that. But one more player I want to look forward to on Bird Noises is Rolling or Wanko on Roamer. I've been impressed with him so far this season. He's a guy that I felt should have been an invite a lot longer than he's been. This is his debut season, and he really impressed me last night against what is it, Dead Baby Mad Gun, I think is the team name now.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, there's another one of those TF2 names for you. But he really impressed me there. He got a lot of good penetration on Roamer. He got some key picks, and I mean, it's hard for a Roamer to impress someone, but he's someone to look out for as well.
Yeah, definitely. And he's surprised a lot of people this season. He's able to get medics to drop, and he's able to find ways to get in on teams that are definitely lower level than them. And the question is, can he do that against teams that are better than his team? And here they are getting ready for this match here up against froyotech, week 5. Both of these teams should be making playoffs this season, but if Bird Noises can pull the upset tonight, that would be huge for them as far as giving them some comfort and some extra padding heading into those playoffs.
Throw me out a quick prediction. Give me a score.
5-2, Froyo.
I'm gonna go with 5-4 Bird Noises. I believe as we are getting into this first mid, it looks like Habib is gonna be faster than Sai, his counterpart, but they both go out these lower areas, neither sticky connecting. And now we have both teams entered to the mid. It's actually the fireball shot onto bot mode out of Blaze, puts a lot of damage into him. Rolling's gonna be picked off immediately as well, and bot mode's still burning. No one has died on the side. Actually, Shade taken out by a side guy pipe as I say that. Bird Noise is a crucial pick, and now they're gonna retreat, try and keep Cookie Jake alive. But Patty drops down, Banny cleans him up as well, and they're cleaning up. It's a bloodbath. It is just Sai alive, and he goes down.
And froyotech, they know how to move things quickly. Right when they win the middle, they're not even worried about capturing mid. They continue rolling it into yard and wipe Bird Noises. They lost Shade in that mix there, but it was a very good mid from them despite that. They were able to take the high ground. They were able to put the pressure down onto Bird Noises, and Bird Noises didn't have a chance to contest.
So what do you think about the Cal Mangler fireball play there at the opening of the mid?
That's the sort of goofball strats that you expect out of froyotech, right? I mean, these are the kind of guys that run crits randomly, and speaking of crits, you do see Shade on that crit streak here as he takes the right side of lobby. Now Blaze goes down, there's a bomb in from bot mode, but he's foiled pretty easily. That keeps the 1-for-1 trade, and Shade is not really building Uber as quickly as he would like.
Yeah, it's actually funny. There was a little bit of spam coming in there from Sai that just separated him. Wanko actually peeking in lobby here. He's going to spot stuff out, and he's causing a bit of a nuisance, although I think he's just going to elect to get out safely here. Banny in pursuit, though. And the crits just pop out.
Yeah, and also they pop onto Corsa as well, trying to get onto B. They take him down. Meanwhile, Free State on the right side of lobby with Banny is able to take down Wanko. Corsa versus Patty, one-on-one, finishes him off there, and Side Guy with the trap at Shutter Door finishes Free State. Now Blaze in a lot of trouble on the right side. Ramp goes down. Froyo now falling 4 players after that missed crits. Oh, Side Guy, he's a little bit overextended there, but Bird Noises are still able to push out of last.
Yeah, Sai, I mean, what was that? Just jumping right into Banny. You're a demo man. What are you gonna do against a scout?
Yeah, it was a pretty dumb play there. I think if he would have stayed alive, they could continue rolling the number advantages in the middle. But froyotech do manage to hold on there and keep their medic alive. Now, against Shade, not really building that crits quick advantage. You'd expect him to have a larger crits advantage by now. It's only going to be like 15 or 20% as Froyo slow pushes their way to second point. And yeah, man, Guy being dead there actually ends up hurting them a lot because they don't have traps to hold this push off.
And now that means that this crit is going to be up here, and they're about to pop in here. Rocket flies in. Cookie Jake gets it just in time. They deny this. Pick off Habib, Patty, and Free State. 3 huge picks there. And Blaze can't even find anything. So again, it is just Banny and Shade alive.
Wow, and Corsa going huge against his former teammates. I like the play there from Bird Noises, and Cookie Jake and his team were standing so close to that shutter door, expecting that crits to come out of there. Then they immediately popped in and cleaned up 4 players from froyotech. And once again, it's Banny and Shade backing out, and there's no way for them to contest this point. And Bird Noise this time didn't suicide into Banny, so they're going to keep those number advantages for the moment. And they know that Shade has stayed alive. They know he's on crits, and that's kind of a bad situation to be on crits here while you're on defense.
Yeah, the nice thing is Sai did go for one of those big long jumps, but he jumped into a position he could just lock them out with traps. Much better play. Sai, thank you for adapting there.
Well, looks like Shade has his Kritzkrieg and Cookie Jake has his Uber, and they're playing it so slowly because they know that at any moment froyotech can peek the corner and crits into them. But as long as Cookie Jake has his trigger figure locked and loaded, he should be able to pop in time for this crits coming out of Shade. And Shade's going to have to go for some sort of Kritzkrieg rotation here. Popping Habib, forcing the Uber, and then running away to last. Here comes the pop early in onto 2 soldiers from Bird Noises.
Yeah, crits goes off. Actually picks off bot mode there. That's a pretty big first pick. And no one has died on the side of Froyo yet, despite the Uber coming out. Free State's in a little trouble. Will be cleaned up by Eric. Froyo's going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good situation for Froyo. That ends up better than what they should have ended up with, as they get that soldier kill on bot mode. As Bird Noises are still, they broke through the choke points here. Eric is actually pushing behind them in lobby. Bandy goes to chase that one down. Meanwhile, Blaze takes down Cookie Jake on the point with the bomb there, but Corsa and Wenko are picking up the frags. And froyotech, they have their medic alive and they can play the heals, but they don't have any point presence at all.
Oh, and they finally get the cap coming down here. Banny and Habib down. Free State too. It's just Shade. This should be round 1.
Can't even believe that happened there. The flank coming out of Bird Noises, they're able to get into lobby, get frags. Shade, the only player alive for froyotech. He cannot stop the point. And that is going to be the first round on the board here for Bird Noises, which is a very surprising turn of events. I mean, you think about how that round went down, Dreamboat, and froyotech had 1 middle. They took 4th point pretty easily, but Bird Noises managed to take it the distance all the way from their last point, bringing it all the way back to win the round.
Wow. Bird Noises there. I mean, I'm a little surprised. I was pulling for them, but they pulled that off. And now they're into this next bit, hoping to show off a little bit more dominant form. See if they can't keep that momentum forward here. No one has died yet. Patty jumping forward a little bit, just going to be pressured off. And Fro's actually in fairly bad positioning here. Just all kind of collapsed there. Not really getting any presence on point or anywhere near it. Habib and Patty down now goes along with that. And now they're actually going to lose this mid. Blaze in trouble too. Should be cleaned up. Oh, he trades out with Eric and Waco, actually. He got 2. Well played by Blade.
Yeah, that surge of confidence there from Bird Noise. Look at bot mode jumping into the point, catching Shade while Free State had his back turned. And unfortunately for him, they can't even finish off bot. Oh, there he goes to finish off bot mode. Free State dueling now with Corsa underneath, but the damage is done. Shade is dead. Free State is soon to fall here to the bottle of Guy. Patty jumps in, but Cookie Jake has evacuated the premises, and looks like he manages to keep his Uber advantage for his team there. And a great heads up play by bot mode to find that opening through the upper doorway and jump in and catch Shade while Free State was dealing with another threat.
Yeah, now this cap. Finally, the Bird Noises are going to be able to cap this midpoint. They went hunting. You can't really blame them there. I'm not sure. Are they going to go with this? Where are they going to go? I think they're going Valley side, looking at where Cookie Jake's rotating to. So the push. Here it goes. Push is coming in. They actually get met with the charge shot. No one gets that on fire this time, though. And Side dies to a sticky trap from Habib. Now the jumps are coming forward, just trying to box him off, but with no demo. It's a lot of spam you're missing out on. But now the Uber has to be popped off. And actually, I think they're only going to get Blaze for their trouble. Although Free State, he's going to escape too. Banny and him are very hurt.
He's so close to getting Uber here. They're trying desperately to make some sort of play here on second point, but this is falling apart for them. It all started with Habib getting that sticky trap kill onto Psy Guy, and then the pretty bad defensive Uber there from Bird Noises to try and save bot mode. They weren't able to get any other frags with that Uber, and Shade hasn't even popped as he retakes middle, and they're really just capitalizing on the mistakes of Bird Noises here. It's not like Bird Noises are able to do anything about this situation with Shade walking forward with Uber.
Yeah, now the super is going to be popped in here. Bandy getting right in onto Wenko. He gets cleaned up by the fire. I guess that technically counts as killing himself, so good job, Wenko. Fortunately, Cookie Jake does live as they back off here, and they got the Uber exchange, so Cookie has that advantage here on.
And it looks like Cookie Jake has that Uber advantage like you mentioned, and they're going to wait for Wenko as they start to push forward. You know, Psy Guy is playing very defensively here, so they're not really rushing forward here to try and take second point. That's going to allow froyotech some time to set this play up here. You have both the soldiers pinching on this choke right by the second point, and so Bird Noises are going to rotate their heels to the other side. Forza eats the trap, but manages to stay alive. Free State going behind the enemy team for potentially a back cap play, but Wenko's there to stop him. Cookie Jake, though, has his back turned to Free State and barely pops Uber with single-digit health. They're going to be able to stay alive and probably take down Free State, who's doing a great job of staying alive and distracting this Uber, though. Bird Noises can do nothing else with it, and that was a great play by Free State.
Yeah, now that puts Shade on, was a 90% Uber advantage here. He's just going to rotate through Valley, do the similar push to what Bird Noises did to them, and slowly be walking in here. But Wenko, he's going for a bomb, getting right forward. Actually, has to be forced off there as he's on low health, and Habib could catch him up. He's not going to, but Habib could be in trouble. No, he's going to jump out safely. Now, of course, taken out. Wenko not in great shape, but Shade drops! Side! What a pipe!
I can't even believe that happened. Shade rarely drops Uber, but in that situation, you saw he wasn't expecting it and got taken down there. And there was some shenanigans going on over by the right side alleyway as froyotech tried to slow push their way in there, but that's a pretty crucial blow. Losing your medic, dropping the Uber there. Bird Noises took a lot of casualties, though, trying to make that play happen. So despite Cookie Jake's Uber advantage, they're going to have to wait for these respawners, and we saw them kind of botch this push out last time. And they're going to try for it again. It's very similar setup here. You got Bird Noises taking the right side lobby. There's a trap above that shutter door, and they're going to pop the Uber in early this time.
And the key thing too is making sure that, you know, Free State didn't get in behind, doesn't get that unnecessary pressure on the. And they boxed them out. They boxed all of froyotech out, but they are starting to come in. You can't keep Froyo back for long. Although they decided. Oh. I thought they were just going to recommit to that and take the post Uber, but they didn't.
Yeah. One of the things that Froyo does really well is that they like to push the next point with a threat of Uber, but they don't actually use. Bird Noises, on the other hand, they had to use Uber like really early. They popped multiple people through the shutter doorway, and they weren't able to get frags. So even though they took back second point, they're not going to be able to do anything else with that, and now froyotech can come back in with Uber advantage.
Yeah, Banny and Free getting all the look at this, all the way in behind here with Shade, and this is a pinch coming in. Bot mode, dying to it. Wenko actually picks off Habib. That is big rolling wheel. He's actually in behind with Eric as well. Not too sure what they'll be able to get here. Yeah, rolling taken out. But Eric, he is spotted, but the cap is down on last. It's just barely stopped. Corsa getting a huge pick there, but Cookie went down. And this is very dire for Bird Noise. This should be the equalizing round, although Eric, no, they just stop on the point. Capping the point, that's how you win a game.
Yeah, so what happened there was froyotech took both of their scouts and their medic behind the enemy team with Uber advantage, and they cut Bird Noises in half with that Uber. Got a lot of kills. And then, you know, Eric and Wenko tried to go for a play. They took down Habib, actually, and got behind them into the house, but they weren't able to do anything from that position. At that point, Bird Noises were 3 players down, and it was easy for Froyo to rush into last and get the capture there to even out the score. This is a pretty back-and-forth match thus far.
And now we've got this back and forth mid. Both teams kind of moving forward, backing off, moving forward, backing off. And it's going to be Froyo with really bad health, kind of pinched into this lower area. Paddy taking down. Corsa getting 2. Sai picked off Habib and Blaze down.
Yeah, and that's strong. 2 mids in a row where Bird Noises took the initiative, took the high ground, and froyotech were playing from the low ground there, unable to do anything about that. And that made it really easy for the scouts of Bird Noises to finish off a couple frags. And Shade, one thing that he's doing really well is backing out of these mids and keeping his Uber advantage alive, but that kind of hurts him as well because he's just really not committing with his team there, as froyotech are trying their best to hold last point, and they're going to be able to do it pretty easily with this Uber. but they've lost Eric, and they're going to punish Psy Guy here as well by forcing the Uber in lobby.
Yeah, another exchange comes in. Banny coming in behind, picks up bot mode and rolling. This is catastrophic for Bird Noises. They've dropped so many people. Cookie Jake's in a lot of trouble here as well. Psy and Corsa are dead. It is just Eric and Cookie, and they have to concede all the way to middle, and even further back to their own second.
Yeah, Banny getting a 3K there, surprising the flanking members of Bird Noise as he came out of that right side of the map. And while everyone's attention was focused on the point, Banny was able to turn frags and then continue pushing his way on through. And froyotech, they managed to do that every time here. Whenever they push, they're taking 1 point when they're threatening the next one here. Corsa on Sniper is going to be very late to the party.
Well, and for what it's worth, even though he's late... Oh, actually, we swapped the scout. Never mind. I got excited, because Corsa is quite a good sniper. I was hopeful, but no, it's just gonna be the steal.
Actually, yeah, we've seen his sniping abilities on other matches, and he's very, very good at it. But defensive sniper isn't that good, and he made the right choice there to swap back over to scout. Looks like froyotech have kind of settled in here, and while they were in a bad situation being down around earlier, now they're kind of in a happy place. Bird Noises maybe peeking forward to look for something, but they know that this is not a position for them to push from.
Oh, and Psy hitting a nice pipe onto a pressuring Blaze. That's a good pick there. And now the counter sack should be coming in. It looks like that's Winko in upper lobby. It's actually the Uber out, and they pick off Habib. Looking for a little bit more. I don't think this Uber is going to get too much because the counter Uber comes out here. Patty jumps forward, gets taken out, annihilated by a rolling rocket. And Shade, he's alone. He hooks up with Free State, so he should be okay.
I mean, we've seen this a couple times in this match where bot mode is putting pressure onto Shade when Shade definitely doesn't want to be under fire. Shade going down in earlier rounds, that time he got forced by bot mode, and that actually left Bird Noise in a very good position here. 2 players dead now, with Banny going for that sacrifice play on a Cookie Jake. Can't finish the frag. So even though neither team has Uber, froyotech are in a very bad spot here. Being down Banny, Cookie Jake has to wait for a health packet before they start this push, but Banny's still dead for quite some time, which allows Bird Noise to slowly, buff up, rotate themselves towards the alley side of the map, and here goes Wenko with the bomb to create space.
Yeah, big space creation in bot mode. He's in again on top of Shade. Doesn't manage to get any kills there. Looks like they're gonna back off here. Yeah, Eric's backing out too, so they failed that push. Oh, they picked up Bird Noise.
The Uber should have been more even, but Cookie Jake actually had a very large Uber advantage. Now they have more frags. Like, you want Bird Noises to push off of this because they have the numbers, they have the Uber advantage, but they're just taking their time and working methodically, and you gotta respect them for that.
Yeah, now they pop the super raid in. Shade does manage to get it. Now Cookie's going to try and retreat with rolling. He's going to get out safely, and we've got this kind of reset here on even Uber.
It's not quite a reset. Free State's still dead, though. I mean, they could go, and you're seeing Bird Noises having a really difficult time breaking into second point. Froyo are doing a great job of making it difficult for them to walk in.
Yeah, they take out both scouts there. Now it is just a full sack, but they get Shade rolling. A big rocket, and Psy actually picks off Patty as well. Cookie Jake unfortunately did die in that exchange, so it's not going to be all good for Bird Noises as they do finally wipe.
No, and that's one of the dangers of pushing the alleyway, is that Froyo can stuff that side of the map and then throw people behind you, and they just got pinched in the alley. Bird Noises got completely wiped as a result of that. Sure, froyotech lost Shade, but that's a trade they're willing to make there as they get control of middle back. And Psy Guy still being dead. Let's look at how froyotech decide to push this one here, because this is a team that will take advantage when you're just one player down. They know how to push their advantage there, and where Bird Noises failed, I think froyotech can make it work. But actually, Psy Guy is going to be, again, very late to this next fight.
Yeah, but he has, in fact, made it. And what was sort of fortunate there is that Froyo was a little bit slow capping mid, meaning that they got full forwards, which is why this defense is coming in. It's not going to help when Blaze trades out for rolling. It doesn't help your defense being down a soldier, but Eric, he might be able to find Free State. No, he's going to be forced to back off there.
Yeah, and Froyo is playing very defensively here. I mean, Blaze used to be a scout main, and he knows how to snipe, but I haven't seen him play too much of it in recent times. He kind of just sticks to soldier despite that Canadian ping, and so you're more likely to see like Free State or Banny go for the sacrifice and swap.
It looks like they're going for something here. Blaze and Free have taken a good amount of space on that alley side again. Yeah, there goes Blaze for that big high bomb in again. On top of Cookie Jake, cleaned up. Blaze actually going to be the one killing himself. I don't think anyone did damage. That was just himself.
Yeah, and they're just killing time off the clock here. Every time Blaze sacrifices, you look for Bird Noises to do a counter sack, but there's Wenko getting the second kill actually on top of the shack. Oh, bot mode goes for the big air shot. Manages to just barely stay alive with 1 health. Looking for that arrow from Cookie Jake as the rest of his team is trying to deal with the froyotech side on the right side of mid.
Yeah, but it's Sai getting taken out again. He always seems to be dying at sort of an inopportune moment. Now it's just another one, which means that Blaze is going to be able to get in, clean up once again. Somehow, while it looked so good for Bird Noises, we're back into this sort of reset stalemate. Although Bird Noises want to go.
They're looking like they want to, but Habib is going to do a great job of slowing them down here with that trap. It looks like there's going to be an exchange. Banny gets popped into the yard, and Wenko gets dropped on the Uber. froyotech looking poised to collapse down onto this yard area. But here comes bot mode, putting pressure onto Shade. Can he finish that one off there? The rest of the team pushing forward. He does get the stick kill, as looks like there's a counter sack there from froyotech to try and put pressure on a Cookie Jake. Free State, the last hope for them, is not able to get the kill, and Bird Noises make good out of a bad situation.
Can we give a massive shout out to the fact that bot mode got 2 skill stick hacks onto Shade to get the kill? What was that?
That's pretty nuts, actually. And I actually thought that Bird Noises were going to lose that team fight. So did froyotech, it looks like, because they had lost Wenko at the start of the fight there. But somehow, bot mode jumping forward is able to pull enough eyes for the rest of Bird Noises to push forward and get the frags. And there's a great distraction and a great medic kill from bot mode to really clutch that for Bird Noises.
Now sets them up in good position here. Cookie Jake's almost on his Uber, and he's got a big advantage getting set to roll forward. He does have to cool his soldier off, who is on fire, but now the Uber's popped out here. They get on top of Patty. They still haven't gotten a kill here yet. Finally, they'll collapse onto Blaze and take second, but really only 1 pick is not what you wanted out of that Uber.
Yeah, and that's the second time that Bird Noises have done that, where they pop full, like not full advantage, but like, you know, very large Uber advantage, double soldiers blind, just kind of just popping in and going for it.
Look at Wenko.
That time they were able to get kills.
Oh, Wenko bombed in, got Shade popped up down to 30 HP and just missed the wall shot to get it. Bot mode actually is going to be rolling in there too, trying to see what he can get dropped as well. Blaze cleaned up too. So it's just the good old sack game.
Yeah, I think actually froyotech end up with the better end of the deal here, because they're just able to walk onto the point, and with that lack of soldier pressure coming in from Bird Noises, they're not going to be able to stop this cap from going down.
Oh,
and that's really
and
bad
Eric.
to get played out. Yeah.
You really can't believe in that situation. I've been on many a team where I've been in that death many a times and had people yell at me for bleeding. So like, I know you can't do that. You know, here comes a flank pressure bomb. It's still above. He actually drops down. It's on top of Shade. He can't hit the rocket to do it, but Sai's coming in. They do force the Uber out. Cookie Jake is alive, has that Uber. He should get the better end of this exchange as his teammates have arrived. And he hasn't even popped yet, and they pick off Patty. This is again looking good for Bird Noises, but a sticky trap. Cleans up Wenko, and Blaze gets the force off. That's what you come to expect from that man.
Really good positioning there for Cookie Jake in the house to avoid Patty, but then got foiled later on by Blaze. Here comes Banny and Free State from behind. There's no 4th point capture down yet, and look at Corsa and Eric. They've shoved into the enemy combo. They're getting a bunch of kills. Now they turn around and kill Free State. Banny is hiding in the lobby, but gets spotted out here, and this is disastrous for froyotech. Their team was split up. Bird Noises push into the 4th point. They push past the control point into the enemy combo, cleaning up everybody, dealing with the threats behind, and they have a beautiful push there to get themselves the round.
I was just sitting there shaking because I see a Banny and a Free State coming in behind, and I'm like, oh god, Bird Noises isn't ready for this. They're gonna die here. They can't do this. And then they push far enough in that it worked out perfectly for them.
Wow, well, Bird Noises, I don't think anyone expected them to be leading here in this match, but this is the second time they've led, and can they hold on to this lead? They try and take the high ground once again.
Well, you know what happens when you get a lead on Froyo. They fight back, and that's what they're doing on this mid fight here. Blaze on top of Cookie Jake, gets the kill. Bot mode down as well. Corsa 2. They do swap out Patty, and Habib now cleaned up from good aggression from Eric. He is down as well. It is just Sai alive, and Shade is living.
Yeah, and I don't really like that mid approach there from Bird Noise. They invested so much into killing Habib, and the first time they almost got him, but she was able to land the arrow on him. He just stood still and took the arrow. And, you know, Bird Noise didn't really put any damage into anyone else. They just focused fire to Habib. They tunnel visioned him. Blaze got in behind. He was able to get the frags that he wanted. And froyotech come up with the mid win here. And both of these teams are 2 for 2. looks like Shade's in a pretty good position here with both of his scouts able to get some capture time here on 4th point.
Yeah, and I think one of the hardest things to do against a Banny team is once you've taken a round off them, is to take the next round. To get 2 in a row. They just do such a good job, it always seems, every single team he's been on, of fighting back after dropping a round. And again, I mean, that mid, it's a great start, and they still have 40% ad here as they're getting set to move into last.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good for Froyo. They gotta be careful how they take this Uber in, but of course is not looking at the right door. Uber's popped anyways out of Shade. They take down the sentry gun. Nice job by Habib. Now they're onto the right side, and there's the capture time from Banny to tie up the match. And that was a pretty clean round from Froyo. And Bird Noise is not a lot they could do there.
No, I mean, perfect execution. They split the team up, and Banny, what do you do as a scout? You cap points, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what you do, and you know, Botmo was just too high in the sky to contest that one there. As it looks like we're going into the tie-breaking match here, tie-breaking round here in the first half. Double soldier bomb top right from Bird Noises. Blaze taking a lot of damage. Botmo getting in behind them as froyotech just pushes forward. They're gonna ignore Wenko, and they just shove in there. Cookie Jake's hightailing out of the alleyway. Banny goes to the flank behind them, not even worried about the 2 soldiers that are behind for Bird Noises. Looks like Banny's finally in on the Cookie Jake, gets the kill. Shade with 20 health, can he survive? He does, and another convincing mid-win there from froyotech.
Oh, and look at Sai. Is he gonna try something cheeky? No, he gets spotted. He is still gonna go for the bomb there. He's on top of Shake. Does not connect the pipe. Oh man, I believe.
I blinked for a second too, but froyotech did a good call right there because both of those soldiers from Bird Noises bombed the top right of mid, and one of them made the wrong call to try and stay further behind. froyotech just ignored them. They just pushed forward and used the number advantage to win that mid fight, then turned around for the soldiers later on. And Bird Noises need to come up with a different mid strategy here because froyotech is starting to figure them out.
Well, now they're in a real problem too, because look at those Ubers. This should just be a free round here for Froyo.
Yeah, and we saw them take in a successful full Uber advantage once before. Wanko taking damage on the shack, has to back off of that, and froyotech can pull the trigger anytime. Not quite sure why they're not going right now. This would be a good moment for them. They're just gonna wait and buff up in lobby, and they know they have advantage. Now they're finally rotating through banana. Popped thanks to the forcing sniper there, and they spot out the gun. Gun's soon to go down, hopefully.
Well, the gun finally went down so late, they wasted their full Uber on it and dropped Habib and Banny. Brilliant hold there from Bird Noises, just because that sentry gun with the new unlock did so much. Eric caught out. Blaze isn't going to be able to back cap, but this is a little bit hard for Bird Noises to walk out. Picking free state makes that easier.
Yeah, and for 60% Uber advantage here from Cookie Jake, and now they're doing what they wanted to do here. Finally taking the next point without using Uber. Did I jinx them though? Blaze is in as a distraction. No one is peeking from Froyo though. Yeah, and looks like Cookie Jake is able to take the next point for free. That's exactly what you want to be doing when you have that Uber advantage. You just want to threaten using it in without actually using it, and Froyo are going to throw sacrificing members in there. And right there you saw Blaze wasn't able to find any space near Cookie Jake as they sort of take the yard, and they have only a 1-man advantage. They should know that Shade has Uber here.
Oh, and bot mode going down there is actually going to force this rotate back to second, and that's exactly what they're doing. Getting out of there. Nice and safe, but free state. He wants more. So does...
Yeah,
be a mistake here.
jumps up there.
Gets caught out. Banny will it be cleaned up? But it's Blaze getting in there, forces the Uber. Banny just buying so much space for his longtime soldier companion. Free going down, but Blaze is still alive on this point. He gets in on Cookie Jake again. He should get this pick. Will he? No, he won't.
Tried for it though, definitely tried for it, and Addy's frequently throwing his life away as Blaze is able to find the opening in for the force. Fortunately for them, a 3-man sacrifice for a force out of Cookie Jake probably isn't worth it. They're going to be down 2 players here as Bird Noise is pushing for the force.
Force is what they get. It's going to be key. Can Cookie Jake back out here safely? He's being blocked very heavily by his team. That's absolutely good job there. Having a little bit of trouble. He's actually going to get Wanko'd. He gets Wanko'd too. Free stick going down to the huge rockets out of rolling. Botmo taken out, but Eric gets one as well. Banny down to side. Bird Noises, they're showing their DM muscles here now.
And not only their DM muscles, but also their game sense muscles. Wanko with a big heads up play, gets behind the enemy team. They had no one looking at him through the connector. He is able to get in there, get 2 beautiful frags in the lobby. He's able to push Bird Noises through this. They still have that 50% Uber advantage. Cookie Jake is able to walk forward and threaten with this Uber. Now they're going to take Corsa in through the main shutter doorway. Corsa's looking for something, isn't really able to find much. Traps Banny in the corner. They get the kill there. Shade is 10 seconds away from getting his Uber. Do Bird Noises want to continue pushing on through? It doesn't really matter for them. As long as they don't beef, as long as they don't die to Shade's Uber, they have control of 4th point. And Froyo, this is one of the most difficult last points to push out of.
Well, and we're getting a little, we must be getting a little low on server time since that last round ended with 7 minutes left. Oh, look at this. Eric and Rolling. They're going behind. Free State finds it out, though. Is that enough? Oh, he's got Banny with him. Banny picks off Wink. Banny traded out for Eric, but Free State gets the kill. So second's going to go down here pretty easily.
Wow. I'm actually still impressed, though. Like, I love the balls on them to just be able to, like, make that kind of play there. I mean, it wasn't, like, the highest risk play, but just the idea that they even try and pull that kind of thing against Froyo when they know Banny's respawning is really ballsy, as they have this trap on the top right side. Shade knows he has Uber advantage that, oh, I guess that Uber advantage isn't there anymore. Cookie Jake's able to pop onto bot mode, and froyotech are now so confused. They're like, oh, we thought we had Uber advantage, but now we don't. Shade's gonna, oh, sorry, Blaze gonna get caught at the upper doorway, giving his life for Shade to get out alive there, and Bird Noises end up with the number advantage.
What a good roamer, throwing his life away to make sure his med lived. That might not be enough because Bird Noise is rolling in with those nice rocket jump. I'm not gonna find anybody yet, but it's actually Eric, the first one down. Banny taken out by Sai, but he gets taken out as well. Bot mode in a little trouble. Free is so hurt, but he's gonna get crossbowed as Bird Noises are backing out here, just trying to keep Cookie Jake alive.
Yeah, and I think Bird Noises, they're trying their best to... Well, hold on a second here. Looks like froyotech want to push in. Free State is trying to make space on top right side. Blaze bombs in directly onto Cookie Jake, but misses all the rockets there. Cookie Jake's full health in lobby. He's doing just fine, but they're down a player. Bot mode died on the right side. Side guy gets the pick back, though, onto Free State, and they're right back into the sphere. 5-on-5. Eric is on top of Patty, and he gets the kill, and they force the Uber out of Shade on top of that. This is really, really good for Bird Noises. They kill Blaze as well, and Shade has left everybody at middle. He's going to back out to second point, and Bird Noises now on the cusp of potentially turning this round with, like you said, not too much time left on the clock. They're already running into 4th point. This is going to be an easy capture for them with both soldiers dead of froyotech. Now they're going to take Eric. They're waiting for a couple more players to just rejoin them here at the main shutter doorway before they pull the trigger on the Uber.
And I just want to say, Sai Guy juggling Shade and his whole team up on that mid. That is the reason that so many people didn't get out. This did so much damage, and now he's looking to get in here. The gun, it's gonna go down almost instantaneously. There's a scout on the point. That is Corsa. Banny's boxing him out. This cap is so tight, but the frags aren't there. Eric down. Banny finally taken out, but Rolling is traded. This can really go either way. Corsa down now too. froyotech just DMing everybody and winning.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this fell apart for them. With just such little time left on the clock, that's going to be the end of the first half. Bird Noises could have ended at 3-2. They could have ended with another lead, and this match is a back and forth Dreamboat. Bird Noises taking the first round, Froyo with the second, Bird Noises with the third, Froyo with the fourth. That could have been like, you know, hands on top of hands trying to claim this match, and boy, has it been back and forth here. I'm so surprised, though, that froyotech were able to hold on at that last hold.
My heart was pumping during that. Like, I'm not even playing, and I feel the adrenaline of this match. That was so tense there. And I think, I don't know what you saw, but I think there might have been a Cookie Jake costing them that. I mean, obviously it's hard, but I think he actually flashed unintentionally one of the scouts that wasn't taking damage and was just capping. And with that flash, that meant that there was not the cap time there briefly, and that might have been enough to win it.
Sure. I think the other issue there too for them was that they didn't take the gun down quick enough, and then there was just like so much Bird Noises on the left side of the map that they were just able to just get collapsed upon by froyotech, who had, you know, just spread out much better than them. And after forcing that Uber, they were able to just like you said, they flashed a lot of times. They were able to kite the Uber and then, you know, win that team fight afterwards. But I think overall, I'm very impressed by the decision making from Bird Noises thus far in this match. I mean, they've been making really good decisions. The execution is the part that I'm worried about for Bird Noises. It hasn't really been spot on. They make the right decision. You have to follow through. If you're gonna have full Uber advantage pushing into last, you should be able to convert that. And we've seen times where Bird Noises have a number advantage pushing 4th point. Froyo are able to defeat them and stop them at the chokes with a one-man disadvantage. But again, the right call is being made. They're going for that push, but froyotech just have a little bit of that outplay there that's keeping them in this match. I think for froyotech, though, yeah, I'm very surprised to see that they're having this much of a difficult time facing off against Bird Noises.
Well, and you want some like what's part of what's causing that? Look at these stats here. Look at the top 3 fraggers in the server. It's Corsa, Eric, and Saigai, all on bird noises. It's not usual that you don't see a froyotech player in the top 3.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm still looking down. I mean, obviously Shade had that drop earlier on in this match, and that was really uncharacteristic of him. But besides that, I think that Froyotech have, they've been their general same self. Bird noises, you look at the mid fights, they've been winning about half of them. So, they're putting it, and we know how much of an advantage it is to win mids. But I think, it has been a back and forth. It hasn't been like a win mid roll all the way to last. Like, there's been some battling going on here in what is traditionally a very stalematy map.
So, are you willing to change your prediction here for second half? Do you think bird noises can take the map now?
Well, I originally predicted froyotech to go 5-2, and there's still room for it to be there, Dreamboat. I'm not going to change my prediction halfway through the match. Corsa, I'm very impressed by him, how he's been playing this far, the way he takes these Ubers in. He's been able to get a bunch of frags. I think Bandy's doing the same on the other side. And I think it's just been a really good match thus far. I think Patty's pocket play hasn't been the best though for froyotech. I'd like to see a little bit more out of him, or more production, that is. And then bot mode on the other side, he's been having a rougher game as well, 9-20. But it's been going back and forth. I mean, it could be anyone's game here. I think Bird Noises have shown they have what it takes. Can they upset froyotech here tonight?
I believe. I think they can do it. And one thing I just quickly want to point out. Did you see how many deaths Corsa had in that half? He had 9. We are live.
We are.
Do you think that Corsa will die more this half, or do you think he's going to be instrumental as bird noises are into this next mid?
Oh man, I'm not quite sure. We're gonna check it out though. Corsa playing on his shack immediately targets down Blaze, who's been a thorn in their side, and he's still a thorn. Patty jumps in there and gets the medic kill, but here comes froyotech back in with the heals. They're able to deal with most of these threats here, but there's a bunch of hurt players. They're trying to rotate Shade by himself in the yard. Backs off of the situation. Corsa jumps into the top right, but gets foiled by Habib, and it's only Saigai left on this middle. Froyotech are able to clean up mid and wipe bird noises.
Froyo mids, they're looking so strong. How many have they won this game? I think that's got to be almost all of them.
I think bird noises have taken at least 2, maybe 3, but I think it's been really back and forth. I think what froyotech did really well on that mid in particular was both their soldiers were able to get in. Blaze wasn't able to get in, but Patty was able to get in and get the kill on a Cookie Jake. And froyotech is a team that knows how to play their heal advantage, so they just need to play around Shade, and they did that beautifully there, despite a little bit of disconnect. As whoa, Corsa, we talked about him on Sniper. He's able to get the kill on a Free State, slows down the push out of froyotech, and is able to buy enough time for Cookie Jake to get Uber.
And I liked what he did there too, is he just threw the Girardi right at the shutter, just seeing if he could just happen to catch them if they were trying to push off of that. But no, he got a big pick there. He's hunting now. Look at this. He's starting to lurk forward, starting to take some ground, see if he can find another one of those. And maybe even Shade if he's lucky.
I doubt it. Shade, look at him. He is nowhere to be found. He's way out there. Doesn't want to get any chance, of course, of taking his head off. He just now slowly taking the lobby, but only after he has Free State. He has zone sniper now, so it's gonna be the sniper versus sniper duel. And this is what we traditionally see on Metalworks. This is the slow, stalematey Metalworks that I've come to know and love, and actually kind of hate. But that's the one that the Europeans hate, right, Dreamboat?
Yeah, I think we're the only region that still plays this map, which that says something. Oh, and look at Free State. He's gonna walk right into Wanko. Gets cleaned up. Rolling not gonna miss one of those rockets. Easiest ones of his life. And now look at Corsa. He's moved so aggressive here. Throws the Girardi on top of Habib and Blaze. Bot mode taken out. But I like the creativity there. Use the mini crits to push out.
I do like the creativity as well. I mean, I like the way that they're using the Girardi right at the doors there to sort of push back the heavy classes of froyotech and give themselves an easier chance to push out. Unfortunately, they didn't get the pick right there, but there's always next time, and Corsa knows that. He's peeking lower main with that sniper and isn't able to find anything there. And I think the threat of the sniper is very important, though, because it makes it so that you cannot get in easily without having to use Uber at the doors or having to jump your roaming soldier from, like, very far away.
Oh, look at Corsa here. He's walking into lobby now with his team. He's got a line. Oh, Patty taken out so heavily. Bot mode, he could actually get 2 picks here. No, the Ubers are exchanged. The health is so bad on froyotech here, though.
Ooh, you know, if Bird Noises didn't have so many off classes right now, they could actually go for that push out because there were so many hurt members of froyotech, and froyotech didn't even have that good of an Uber. They had to flash a bunch of times, so that solo Uber out of bot mode was actually pretty good, but they knew they weren't going to commit to that push. They had an engineer, they had the heavy sniper thing, so they weren't going to go for that, but it was a good attempt there if they would have just committed.
Oh, now look at... Just looking to see what Froyo shenanigans are going to try. Banny was very hard on the right, thinking maybe he might catch someone off guard if they pushed out. But it looks like Froyo is just going to step back, think probably a Blaze sack, although they are building the Super pretty well, except it's not quite as good as Cookie Jake, who's actually eked out about a 10% advantage here. Obviously not enough to push on. Oh, and Blaze, the pre-fire pipe from Psy absolutely obliterates them. Psy with the taunt as well. Of course, and now moving forward with rolling, probably the sack, although no one has died yet, so it's a little bit late to go for a counter sack.
Well, the one thing that froyotech will do is that they will slowly just like keep trying different things on you until they figure out what your tendencies are. And even though they keep sacrificing Blaze over and over again, it's basically become very clear to them that Bird Noise has no intention of pushing out of last at this point in time. Like, they had given Bird Noises a good Uber with hurt players, and Bird Noises still didn't want to push out. So froyotech know that they can actually just chill back, and basically Bird Noises are going to do nothing here. And Bird Noise, they're thinking like, okay, Froyo, you know, you can't just sack Blaze into us. We're going to be able to hold them off every time. You need to commit more than that if you want to get us to actually go for a push out.
Oh, and I mean, we do have another 6 minutes of waiting here. Outward. Free State coming in. He's very damaged. He's finally cleaned up actually by the sentry gun. That's Eric's cue to move it one more time. Actually, Corsa, big snapshot onto Blaze. 2 down. It looks like Bird Noises are getting set to move.
That's just a classic two-man sacrifice there, but looks like Bird Noises, yeah, they are going to move out for that one. They swapped off their engineer and heavy, and they're looking to take an even Uber exchange on the point. They pop onto their soldier. Patty pushes behind, puts pressure onto Eric, but isn't able to find the frag. Side guy there isn't really collapsing onto Patty though, so they're not able to find that frag, or are they? Bot mode with the juggle is able to take down Patty, and now Blaze is in to try and help out, but he gets pilled down, and Side guy so instrumental in that exchange.
Yeah, it's really hard trying to walk into a very tight area. Side guy is just gonna mulch you for days. But look, oh, Free State! He got in a position to back up, got 2-shot by Eric, and now Habib down 2. Froyo has to back up. Bird Noises perfectly execute that push out.
Wow, and look at the patience on this team, just slowly pushing into this. He's in behind. I think Cookie Jake, oh, he does go down to Blaze. Whoa, that's a big kill there from Blaze coming out of that drop down. Shade's in trouble as well, though, and Bird Noises have pushed on through. They're able to defeat these holds out of froyotech, and now froyotech is on the defensive.
Oh, and the health again on Froyo is so bad. Look at Banny. He's 60. Habib is 9. Bird Noises are going to get this. They're not going to move up, not going to try and capitalize off that, but just so bad health there on Froyo, they couldn't stick in any longer.
And it was just such a nice series of pushes though from Bird Noises. Like when they were on their last point swapping off their engineer, I was thinking, man, these swaps are going to take so long. Like I don't see how they're going to get a good exchange with froyotech, but they've managed to do it, and they continue getting picks as they push forward. So even though they're trading off their medic and they're trading off different players, they keep the number advantage for their team. They keep snowballing that and moving into middle, and now they are in control of this match. And you know, froyotech is a team that likes to have control of 4th point. They like to have control of mid and go for those one-man sacks on you. It's very obvious that that wasn't working against Bird Noises, and that gave Bird Noises the confidence to go for this push out. And now they, you know, the ball's in their court, and they have an option now to take the round.
I love how methodical Bird Noises has been this half. You know, they're not getting baited into some of those Froyo plays where they give you some of the small advantages and hope that you're an aggressive team to push off of. They've just been very patient. Wanko going in for a sack, gets taken out. They're gonna wait for that counter sack, and they're also punishing these Froyo mistakes.
Yeah, and Froyo's actually been having to give Bird Noises a lot more respect than they would other teams. Like, this is a good-looking Bird Noises roster here as Blaze gets immediately bounced off to the right side. Patty, though, trying to go for a solo exchange, gonna get popped in on Shape, but this is looking like a very bad Uber.
They do have a lot of flashing coming out of Bird Noises, but no, that is definitely going to be Patty backing off in a lot of trouble. But no one, now it's the counter, or the post-Uber, I should say. Banny picking off Eric is a great start to that. Bot mode down here, too. This is the Froyo collapse. Corsa going down as well. Patty with 3 huge kills there, getting on top of Wanko as Blaze. But it is going to be rolling, getting out alive.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake out of Bird Noises. They'd forced Patty and Shade so early, but they had backed up so much that when they counter-popped, they weren't able to chase Froyo out into the yard, and they had flashed so many players that their Uber didn't last as long as they would have liked there to get the frags. And it was a great job by Froyo to all be in there in the yard to back each other up, and when Patty was in trouble, they were able to jump in and save his butt to get back control of it.
Well, now we're back to the same last hold that we've been in for a while before. I think we can probably assume what Bird Noises is doing. Yep, there's the Eric engineer, Corsa sniping, and they're just gonna wait for these Froyo sacks to come in because it is still even Uber.
Yeah, but here we are back again, Dreamboat. Not the best situations, but you know, we'll see. Free State here on the right side gets taken down by Wanko, who stuffs that doorway, and keeping an eye on bot mode to see if he goes for a counter sack. Headshot rings off from Corsa. And looks like they're gonna take down Blaze in the lobby as well. Maybe a push out coming from Bird Noises.
Yeah, Bird Noise is looking a lot more decisive. I guess they've seen enough last pushes. They have to be careful though. Look at the sticky trap above bot mode. Right above his head, and he's actually gonna get popped into. Now the pop comes out, rolling, taken out. Corsa, sorry, in a little girl. No, he's gonna be out fine. This exchange, Free State down, Bandy down. That's it. Bird Noises are collapsing. Although Habib and Patty trade out a couple kills there. Bird Noises are going to retreat. 3 up to last.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a miscoordination there from Bird Noises. Like, Wanko was just waiting there for that flash and didn't get it, so they lost that soldier at the start of that fight. Looks like Blaze is in from the right side of Blast, takes down Psy Guy, down a Demo Man, and 2 respawning players out of Bird Noises, but they're losing more. Habib with that rollers in is able to take down Wanko, and looks like Botmo is able to take down Blaze. I think that Bird Noises should not be able to hold this there, but they've got a heavy out. Can they hold this 3-on-5?
Well, they get Psy up now. That's going to be crucial. Of course, they're taken out. It's just Cookie Jake sawing. Can they get this point? Psy, can he get the miracle hold? No, he will not be able to. Cap's going to come down. Finally, we have a round coming down there, and that makes it 3-2 for froyotech. How much time did that round?
Oh, that was
10 minutes.
A 10-minute round. Jeez Louise. Oh, I guess almost 11 minutes. And yeah, it was a slower round for sure, but you know, Furrier's not going to give up without a fight here, and they don't want their perfect season to go down here tonight against Bird Noises, and now they've taken the lead. Can Bird Noises come back? And they take the high ground right away.
Oh, Wanko going right in there, bot mode too, but there is the double soldiers coming in the other way, and it's Wanko and Corsa down. Bot mode taking out Assassin again, but he's going to be cleaned up. Bird Noises on the another side of the losing mid.
Yeah, again, Bird Noises is investing 2 of their soldiers to take down Habib. He's that much of a threat, I guess. froyotech were able to, you know, hang on and push on through. It looks like it's an even Uber situation on second point. Free State pushes forward, gets the force out of Cookie Jake, who is very, has a very itchy trigger finger there, and Shade's able to milk it out against Eric.
Cookie Jake will get out here, so this should actually work out in Bird Noise's advantage. Just the way that force came down. Not if bot mode dies there, though. Not ideal. And now look at the Banny. Look at Banny. He's already in behind here on last.
Patty jumps in, takes down Wanko. He's got control of the high ground. Banny's in to finish off Side Guy, and this is look like another situation where froyotech will take this last point with number advantage. Cookie Jake at half health, finished off by Patty, who gets a 2K. Now the capture time is, they're waiting on 4th point, but it's going to be there for Froyo. And nothing that bot mode can say or do against that. And froyotech have chained a couple round wins in a row. They take a pretty convincing lead here, up now 4-2. And I think my prediction is actually starting to come true here, Dreamboat.
Yeah, wow. I'm a little sad by that. Really what cost him there is, I mean, to me at least, it looked like bot mode's death really late there was just, you know, he couldn't get into that fight, didn't get in the hold, and then Froyo's just pure aggression out of these guys. As they, you know, they just pounce on everything. And speaking of pouncing, Blaze trying to pounce on some advantage, but gets cleaned up early there by rolling. The first pick is Bird Noises on this mid fight. Is this the turnaround point? And with Froyo backing out, I think it is. Free State taken out as well. Habib trades out Corsa. But look at Wanko, he's already just baiting these bombs, and he's cleaned up too.
He goes for a really deep bomb and then he goes, oh shoot, my bad. And tries to back out of the situation, gets hot there. Oh no, bird noises, they're in trouble here in the house. It looks like Cookie Jake's able to get out alive, but now they're down basically everybody except for Eric. Uber was forced out of shade. Cookie Jake's backed way off of that. Eric, though, is going to be able to be healed up by Cookie Jake, and that mid capture is there, so the forward spawner should be coming in any moment now for Bird Noise. They just need to make sure that Blaze doesn't get a good bomb. Cookie Jake's at full health. They lose Eric, but it's going to be fine here for them as they take back control. Middle Patty, he's in pretty late now. He's hitting the eject button trying to get out of the situation and does manage to just barely get out alive. But I think Bird Noise is on that middle. They changed up what froyotech were doing, and then what they did was they played a very passive mid, which allowed them to get those initial frags. Now here they come back in with the full Uber advantage, taking down a Beeb. I think Bird Noises are looking in a very good spot right now.
Yeah, they take out Patty as well, getting this cap down, and they're not stopping. They are moving to last. They have to move, and Shade's getting it up on that Uber. Bot mode and rolling are jumping right forward here. On top of Shade. Shade very hurt, but bot mode cleans up Blaze. He's going to be cleaned up, but Banny and Blaze are down. Corsa still lurking, seeing if he can't clean up anything else, and it is 4v4. Shade's still not up on that Uber, but it looks like Bird Noises, after dropping their soldiers, are going to back out.
Yeah, but this is a situation where froyotech want to push and take control of second point without using their Uber. And just the way that Bird Noise is playing is so scared right now. Like, they have no presence on the second point at all. Now they're slowly starting to filter back in, but they're getting ready to bail. And look at them right at the upper doorways. Makes it very easy to froyotech to push them out of the situation. And with minimal resistance as well. Now they're going to have that Uber advantage pushing into yard, but Cookie Jake is just about to get his.
Yeah, I mean, you'd kind of be looking for a position where they could force them there. And oh, here they get the force on the mid. And it looks like bot mode's going to wrap the combo. Jumping around there, cleans up Blaze. Sai gets dropped in upper lobby. And now it's bot mode going for the Uber, which I don't really agree with. There wasn't really a reason to pop there. No one was close. No one can do it. And that's going to be a bad Uber out of Cookie Jake again. Although they might get Banny here to make up for it. Comes down to these post Ubers. And Bird Noises will at least get the point.
Yeah, if anyone had the bad Uber there, it was Patty, because he just walked through the right side of yard, and they popped on like nothing. Patty was desperately searching for something, does manage to get Side Guy, but that was about it. Now here comes Bird Noise, though, rolling into last with that 50% Uber. They're not going to get it anytime soon. It's a pretty scrappy exchange. Cookie Jake all by himself. What is he doing out there, my man? You are so low, and there was no one around. He just feeds himself over, and that is very bad for this push.
No, I think it's the please Froyo, please stop hurting us. Take our medic. Well, you know, take our medic as tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shade 100% at, and at least Bird Noises have their players up on mid, but I'm hoping they do a better job of forcing out these, getting Shade to force these Ubers early and in bad situations. But it is Shade gonna be popping on his own accord. Cookie Jake safely out of here. Looks like bot mode will be the only casualty, dying to a lot of pistol damage from Banny.
Uber's popped in from froyotech. They're going to be them trying to roll it into the next point. They know Cookie J doesn't have Uber. They get Wanko down. That's a big one there, and they put so much damage into Corsa. They manage to get the frag there. Shade gets one as well with the crossbow, and Bird Noises are not happy about bleeding their players out one at a time. Side Guy looking like he might get caught. Cookie Jake is so low. He wants this frag so badly and does just manage to get it. froyotech are rolling it into last now with the number advantage, and Bird Noises can't do anything about the situation. The froyotech have played just beautifully here, snowballing their number advantage and Uber advantages in all the way through to last. They're cleaning up the last couple players. Side Guy, the only guy from Bird Noises alive, and that is going to be the 5-2 for froyotech there, folks. froyotech, the undefeated team, remains undefeated, taking down Bird Noises.
Talk about a tale of two halves, though. That, like, 2-2 super close first half, to have that be the second half, man, that feels bad.
It does, man. It definitely does. But, you know, you look at the two teams going up against each other, and froyotech were definitely the stronger team as far as the execution goes. And they got a lot of confidence in that second half there. Once they get up in rounds, they're like, we got this, you know. And the first rounds, like, you were right, Dreamboat. It looked like it was back and forth. Bird Noises were taking the lead repeatedly. But after they got stopped heading into the second half, they kind of lost all steam. And froyotech, it was just all them in the second half.
And I mean, I feel like we've seen that a lot before as well. Just like thinking back to, you know, both the Froyo teams of old and or even matches earlier this seasons. Froyo always feels like a second half team. Like I feel like I've seen before that they've been in a 2-2 half or a 2-1 half where it wasn't as close, or it felt closer than maybe Banny would have. Well, definitely closer than Banny would have wanted it, but even a closer game than people were expecting. And then it just always seems that Froyo somehow pull away in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Man, froyotech, I don't think they were gonna drop any maps this season at all. I mean, there's been a couple times where it looked like they might lose a match, but then they really get serious. They really buckle down, and there isn't another team in this division that can contest them for that. And they are looking unstoppable now. Already 9-0, which means that they've officially qualified for playoffs. There's no way they can't qualify at this point. And it doesn't look like they're even going to lose any maps this season, so they're just going to roll their way all the way on through to probably the grand finals at this rate. Bird Noises definitely looking like a stronger team than what I've seen from them before. Like, we've seen them take tough losses against top teams, but despite not having Nursey, they still look good with Cookie Jake, and I thought he played a solid match tonight. And I think I can only expect more improvement out of him. He's rapidly been improving and working his way up the ranks and proving himself to be a top North American medic.
Yeah, almost a justifiable pickup over you. I'm sorry, that was low.
Wow, dude. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Speaking of picking up their game, that has to be bot mode. He had 9 kills in that first half. He stepped it up, picked up 17 in the second half. So definitely kind of a tale of two halves for him. Unfortunately, not for his team. The other thing is, I mean, at halftime, it was 3 Bird Noises players on top. Patty and Banny have climbed into those frags as well, putting up 34 kills for Patty, top in the server, tied with Corsa.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking back on this match, like, I remember a number of times where it looked like Bird Noises could have pulled ahead for the victory, but they made a couple mistakes that froyotech were really able to just capitalize on. And then whenever froyotech was able to win those and capitalize on those mistakes, they ended up taking like 2 or 3 capture points off of that. And Bird Noises were able to do the same in some situations where they're able to start, rolling things into the enemy's last point. It was a really heartbreaking 5th round for them when they were rolling into last right before the end of the half, and they botched that full Uber advantage push. And that's just kind of like what was happening with Bird Noises in that match there. I think they definitely have opportunities to win, but the execution wasn't quite there. So I'm looking forward to them actually as they head towards the playoffs. They're probably going to make it. They're looking like a 4th place team that maybe probably with this new roster, who knows, they could maybe beat Circa Esports, but I just think that like they have some stuff to work on as they head to the final weeks of the season.
Yeah, I feel like miscommunication that was like it seemed to me was evident in Bird Noises that has definitely gone down. This is going to be a really interesting push, to these playoffs. Like I said, like, I think Bird Noises has another game against Circa. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They do have one actually next week. It'll be Bird Noises versus Circa on Process, as well as Bird Noises versus EVL. So the next 2 matches, actually they really have 3 tough matches in a row, basically against the top 3 teams in the division. So that was a tough one against froyotech, an expected loss, and they got the 5-2 loss that some people predicted, myself. And then going up against Circa and EVL, those are going to be tough matches for them as well. I think they have a chance though against Circa. Circa looked. I didn't watch the other match that obviously happened when they went up against EVL tonight, but it looks like EVL were the victors there. So that means that Bird Noises have a chance against EVL, and EVL looks like they rolled Circa 5-0. So maybe that's showing like Circa's a weaker team, especially not having Slumdish anymore.
Well, you'll have to tune in and find out, because I can tell you one place that those matches are going to be casted, right?
Oh, tell me. Wait, tell me. I don't know where it's going to be.
I think it's going to be on TFTV. That is next week, so that's something to look forward to. We will have more matches coming at you, right, Mr. Slim?
Most definitely. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Looking at the standings, it looks like froyotech still in first. They're undefeated. EVL in second. And then it looks like Circa third and Bird Noises fourth. But the question is, next week, can Bird Noises change that? They're going up against EVL and Circa. Maybe they can get some victories and change the seeding as we head into playoffs. Definitely tune in next week for that. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. My name is Mr. SLIN, Dreamboat co-caster, and Sam, our cameraman. Thank you guys for coming out, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great evening. Drive safe.